Welcome back. Previous video we did the bottom four cubes for a camouflage 3x3. In this one we're going to talk through how to do the top one. Now to do the top one, just like we talked about before, we're going to start with them four little ones cubes together, which in fact they are the exactly opposite of the big one. Now if you had identified the big one, this one will have exact opposite colors. So for this one it has green, red and white, so the opposite side should have a blue, yellow and orange. If you look at that one, it's a blue, yellow and orange. So this corner is a top corner of it. Now in this one we identified that our center of rotation was this, so this is our individual cube, which mixes in every direction without mixing. So if this is my big corner block, I'm relating to that, my top corner, that one, should be exactly opposite the colors of this. This is where the camouflage is slightly more challenging than that cube, because you can't tell which one it is unless you identify the colors. So in this one we have orange, blue and white. Orange, blue and white, exactly opposite, will have yellow, green and red. So if I turn it around, yellow, green and red, that's that one there. So this is my corner block. If that's my corner block, I want to build a tile across there, build them four across there and put it together. Now how do we do this? As it happens, got lucky in there, we got the block there. Not worried about that one yet because I know the colors, I have this. So the next one I need to build will be let's have a look at what we can do. We just marry this up for now with either a white and a red or green and a red. Yeah, let's see what we have. We have the white and the red there. Of course it's lying down its own way. Green and the red, it's there. Let's stand this up. So if I turn it around, that will stand up and that line will go across and allow me movement on the top. So I'll do this a clockwise rotation, which is down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. So now I have that free. I have red and green. I'm going to find a green center which can marry that up. That's brilliant. So that's sorted. Now if I rotate this up so it stands up, then I can find a red center to put in there to make that bar across, which will relate to this bar there, the center layer, which is two center and an edge. I have a center and an edge. I want another center, there's a red one to go there. To do that I need to rotate this a clockwise rotation, which is down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. So now I have that. I'm looking for a red center. Red center is there. So if I turn that, let's see how it falls in. Oh, we are lucky tonight. So they already fell in. Now bear in mind there are occasions that you will go in and it will not. Let's just mess this up a little bit, see if I can. Yeah. Yeah. So there are occasions that you bring your green in, you're ready to marry the red up, and will not marry up. That's on that block, and then this one I'll bring it in is in a different orientation. So what you need to do, not to mess with that, you need to reorient this. To reorient your center to go into that block, you need to find a block who has a line there, which in this case that has a line there. So if I turn that one, the red will come here and I still have a line across. So this will be a anti-clockwise rotation. And across, up, tuck in, down, across, up. So now if I bring my green red in, it'll line up with it. Of course we got lucky on the first time, it just automatically fell in. You find out as you reduce your cubies, more and more pieces will fall into place. So you can see that's almost solved. It's just that red missing, but don't let that fool you. You still have work to do to solve the rest of it. But it's just a question of, if he got lucky and he got there, great. But if it's not, there are occasions that you need to work a little bit harder for it, which makes it a little bit more fun. Anyway, so now I've got my tile there. I'm gonna turn it so it lies down and keeps safe, so when I'm moving this, it doesn't break up. Now, even though if you look at this one, it looks almost soft, can you see that different belongs to a different block? So I'll turn this anti-clockwise, no, clockwise rotation. Clockwise was down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. So I have that. This one I can rotate that and bring it in, but if I rotate and bring it in, I don't have the white here to complete that face. Can you see, if this was turned, the green would be here, red would be there, and it will actually, it won't marry up. Let's just have a look. It will not come in. It's completely blocked off, so I can't use that yet. So let's turn it back up again. So I can say this part is done, but the top bits are not. I've got my red and green. I want to marry, if I turn this sideways, it will not, where's the other? It must be this red and green I need. That's not the right one. That's the red and green I need. Can you see, if I turn this one around, the green will match that and the red will match that. So this is the block I need, not that one. Just because it's half solved, it's just decided to fool me. So we're working on this one. And working on this one, I have red and yellow already facing down. I have the red and yellow there that need to go across, and I have a green and red to go, green and yellow to go on that side. Let's see what we can do with this. If I bring it across there, I can turn that with a line across and I still have a motion. So this will be a anti-clockwise. Cross up, tuck in, across, and up. So I have a motion there. I have a green and yellow. I'm looking for a green and yellow, which is there. So if I turn that towards it, that will marry up. Now, if I turn this that way around, anti-clockwise, can you see this block will come here and restrict my motion. But if I turn it the other way around, that one will come across there and I still have a line for top movement. So I want to turn this a clockwise rotation, which is down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. So I have that motion. I'm bringing it in for now, but it's not in the right place. I'm not worried about it yet. I'm just want to have a look to see if I turn that around, the green will marry that, the red will marry that, so it makes this block complete. That part is missing, which we're turning that yellow is on top, so there'll be 2 yellows there and 1 red here. So I'm looking for a red and a yellow to marry a red center. No, to marry a yellow center. There's a red, yellow, yellow. So red and a yellow to marry a yellow center. I have a red and yellow there. My yellow center is there. So I need to separate these two. To separate them, I come away from the tile I've already done. I don't want to mess that up. I will rotate this to separate these two from block I have done, so it doesn't mess that up. That'll be a clockwise rotation. Down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. Now I can separate these and keep them safely aside. Yeah, this is the part we're talking about. That's complete. That's missing. I have them two I need to separate. To be able to separate that, I need to have a line across here. So if I bring one of my blocks in, that has a line across. Now I can separate these two. To To separate these two, I need to turn that clockwise to bring that line down. So clockwise was down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. Now I can separate them two. Now separate them two together, leave that there because I need it there. I want to turn this around somehow so the yellow is facing down so you can come across and join this. Now if I turn that around as it is, that rotation will bring that line across there, but there is no line across, so that is not going to help me here. I need to change this block to something who has a line there. To do that, I will turn it down, so I can get that block away from it. Now I can turn that around and have a line. Now don't forget, this is the bar we did, so we don't want to mess this up yet. We just need to keep that in mind. By turning that one around, it'll be down, across, up, tuck in, down, across, up. Now I have a motion there, that's standing up, so I'm going to bring it in to marry a yellow. We had this before, it didn't marry up right, it gone across, so this yellow has to be reorientated to go there. Now as it happened, the block is already on, it has a line across. So what I can do a anti-clockwise rotation, down, across, up, tuck in, down, across, up, and when I bring that back, we'll marry that. Right, so let's have a look at what we got there. We have that ready, need to marry these two up to bring them across to marry that block up and makes that block complete. As it stands, no matter how I turn it, one of them will break. So what I need to do is separate these two. To separate these two, one of them has to be on a lower level and one on upper level. Now if I turn that a clockwise rotation, that will come down here and that will stay up, and I have a line across that allows me separation. So let's do that. It's a clockwise, so down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up, and if I move that out of the way, I've separated those two. Now I need to get that up on a level so I can reorient this. To get that up on a level, I need to rotate it that way around. I have the line there, so when I turn that, it'll be in a right orientation and a line across for me to have this block available to rotate that one. So let's do it clockwise. B, down, tuck in, up, across, down, tuck in, up. Now both of them are on the top, so with moving one into my empty block, that one gets out of the way. Yeah, so it still has a place I can work with without damaging that or that. Now bear in mind, when turn this down, the yellow was here, the red was there. So what I want to do, I want to turn this so the yellow is facing me and that there. So that will be a anti-clockwise rotation. So down, cross, up, tuck in, down, cross, up. Now I have that, I can take that back. Oh, this cube is just such a bad make. There. Then now I can bring this one down and marry that up. Now this is one of the problems can happen. If I'm bringing this down, that part will go up there. Can you see? I will lose my line of movement. So even though I prepared everything to turn it, this block there is not a convenient block to do this, because with doing that bandage will get in the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for something else. If I turn it there, that doesn't allow me movement either, because we're turning this, that'll be in the way. So what I want to do is change that block to have that line in this end. So we have to reorient the bottom one. Of course, I have this block occupied, that doesn't have much movement, so I'm very restricted where I want to go. That's the only block I have, but it's in the wrong side. The line has to be on this side to still allow me movement. I don't want to break that. I don't want to break that. So what I need to do is come up with another block that will turn that and won't break these two. So if I bring that across, that doesn't work. Bring that across. That is an unsolved block. It doesn't do anything. So, and allows me movement to turn this and bring that line across. So if I turn this a clockwise rotation, up, cross, down, tucking, up. Now you can see the line who used to be there, now it's on this side. We're doing that. When I bring my yellow back, I can turn this and still have a movement, which bring my across, up, tucking, down, cross, up, brings my yellow at my face, which brings that yellow with that one. That was the whole plan. Now I've got this block complete. I can turn that to upper face to be able to move it across to marry this. My line is in place, so we are moving a clockwise rotation, which is down, tucking, up, across, down, tucking, up, and that will bring that up and solve the big corner. And this one was that bit. And if you remember when we were solving this, when we did this one, it has the most variation that it could get mixed up in. With solving this, the other three blocks are practically solved. Not completely, but practically. And if you look at that, we have the white there together. We have two whites here, them two are together. And that's the only one that's not quite where it's supposed to be. So let's have a look, see how we can bring these in. Wait a minute, that's, I want to keep that. I have a white and green, blue and red. If I bring that across like that, they will nicely marry up. That's paired up. So you see, I didn't do much because it's just doing that. I have a white and blue there and a white and blue here. So with just rotating that, it brings it together. When it's together, I will rotate this to keep them together. So rotate this anti-clockwise, cross, up, tuck in, down, across, up. Now, taking account of I have a blue there, I have a white there, I can turn that. Them two are married, them two are married. They are not in the right place, but if you bear in mind, look, that belongs to that one, and that belongs to that one. So in fact, what needs to happen, these two blocks need to switch places. If you remember in this when we're doing this, the same scenario happened. You need to switch these two blocks, and it's a new algorithm we haven't used before in this particular block. So let's do that together carefully, starting from just top level 1, 2, then top 2 level once. So that's the setup move. Now it's just switching to two blocks, which was starting from left, down, cross, up, right, down, cross, up, and left again, down, across, up. Now with doing that, all I need to do is turn the top back into its place, and then they are all solved. This is the part we were talking about before, to reduce all the basic elements to its bondage blocks, which turns this into a 2x2. So from here on, all the difficult part is solved. It's just solving this as a 2x2. Now if you don't know how to solve a 2x2, you should have been doing this block cube in the first place. Otherwise, there is various different tutorials how to do the 2x2. I'm just going to put this together to say it's done. and we'll leave it to that. If you can't do it, you can follow this or watch other tutorials. Hopefully in some point I will put a tutorial for a 2x2, but for now we're just solving a camouflage cube. Right, let's have a look. Let's start with the white. I love putting my white together first. That's a red one, that's a red one, so if I bring that with the red and I need to put that up, I have gone there. That's my white, that's the orange one, so we go across the red and we'll go up, and my last white is there. That solves the top. Now I want, if that's white, that has to be yellow. I have the two of them and the two frog eyes, and that's rotating that way and that way, so that will be a anti-clockwise rotation, that'll be a clockwise rotation, and switch them and do the opposite, and that will solve a camouflage. Now there are occasions with doing that you still need to switch the two blocks, so you might come across that one, but as it stands, it's the same algorithm we talked about before as a 2x2. You can look that up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to make a comment about this, and hopefully we'll be able to improve the quality of my videos. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll come back soon with another video, probably with another nice cube. Thank you.